TIFU by leaving my kitchen sink unattended. To preface, this happened around 3 to 4 years ago or so, but I find this story to be pretty fitting for this sub, and the rules say old stories are allowed, so here we go. I was living in off-campus student housing apartments with 3 other roommates I was randomly paired with. While I was home alone one evening, I decided that I wanted to deep clean the kitchen floor with a rag since we were all out of the Swiffer mop pads. To give a small idea of the layout of this place, the kitchen is open and right at the entrance of the apartment. The kitchen has vinyl flooring, and the rest of the apartment has that flat-type carpet. There is one of those metal transition strips around the kitchen separating its flooring from the carpet, which becomes relevant later. Well, I begin filling our very large sink with soapy water and plug it with a rag so it will fill and give me an easy source of sanitary water to clean the floor with. I vaped at the time, and I have since quit, and my vape was charging in my room, so I decide to go to my room, which is right by the kitchen, and quickly hit my vape. This was not quickly. My unmedicated ADHD brain got distracted on my phone and completely forgot that I had left the sink running. Probably 45 minutes later, I hear the faint sound of water running and wonder what the hell it is. My heart falls into my ass as I realize what it was. I walk out to the kitchen to see the entire kitchen floor absolutely flooded with water. Due to the previously mentioned metal transition strips, the water stayed confined to the kitchen, which created a pretty deep layer of water, probably about an inch or so. I immediately unplug the sink and begin grabbing towels to try and soak up the mess. Due to the thick puddle of water, the towels immediately got completely soaked, so I began using a cup to scoop the water. As I am frantically trying to clean the mess, I get a knock at my door. It is the downstairs neighbors. A group of 3 people greet me at the door asking if everything is okay, and they tell me that water has been heavily leaking through their ceiling and all over their kitchen. On the spot, I come up with a lie and say that my dishwasher had malfunctioned and completely flooded my kitchen. How the hell would I explain to them that my dumbass thought of the grand idea to clean my not even dirty kitchen floor by hand with a rag, and left my sink unattended for almost an hour where it began to overflow? I tell them that I am going to request for maintenance to come check out my washer, but they seem reasonably very pissed and annoyed with me. To begin supporting my lie, I get a pot and fill it with water and a ridiculous amount of soap, where I then dump it into my washing machine to make it look like it had overflowed due to a malfunction. I spend a lot of time trying to make this washing machine look as soapy and ridiculously overflowed as possible. During my scheme, a student employee knocks on my door to check out the washing machine. She takes a look at it and says that she will submit a maintenance request for them to come by the next day. After she leaves, I spend the next hour and a half cleaning up my ridiculously flooded kitchen. I keep imagining my poor downstairs neighbors who have become victims of our poorly constructed apartment complex and my absolute stupidity. I thankfully cleaned up the mess before any of my roommates had come home and fed them my lie so they were not blindsided by the maintenance guy coming the next day for our broken washing machine. Also, thankfully, neither our living room nor our hallway fell victim to my idiotic behavior due to the metal transition strips. Only a scant amount of water had overflowed, so there were no disastrous consequences there. The next day, the maintenance guy had stopped by and said he could not find anything wrong with our washing machine. How odd. All in all, everything moved on business as usual, and due to some miracle, our washing machine had miraculously fixed itself.